Hello guys, welcome to this tutorial. And in our previous tutorial, what we've done so far is to create our dashboard, login, sign up and other details which looks like this. So in this tutorial we're going to create our top bar to have something just like this so that we can also click here, have the details and also be able to control its responsiveness. Okay, so let's get started. So we'll create our in our base, let's create our top bar. Let's bring this down to have our top bar. This is almost the same as this one. Let's just copy it from here going and let's paste it here and change this to top bar. Okay, so with this we need pagination, we need padding here. So up to padding only to the left and right, which we can set to 20 and right to 20. We don't need a width here. Let's say padding is also where this is not going to be a page but rather self, and also self dot margin should be 0. And I'm also going to set our shadow, so our self dot shadow blur radius to be equal to 20. And with this I'm going to set our color. Let's use a quite a light color, so 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so now let's continue. I'm going to also have a background color. We set it to our primary color, which is this. Then also the height of the top bar is going to be, let's make it for 50 for now. Okay, so we are done with this. Okay, let's take this off and take this off. So now let's create our menus. So we're going to have self.menu, and in this we are going to set a row. So in this we can see this is a row having one at the end far right and also one also at the far left. So we are going to also do that. So let's start. We'll set our row. So our row, we're going to have our controls. So in this we are going to also set our icon color. So ft.icon. Then let's use the icon name ft.icons. Menu, that one is menu align. Menu outline. Okay, so set that here. Then also the color, let's set it to black. Let's make this easier so we can also see our progress. Self.content. Okay, so now let's import this. Let's go to our dashboard. In our dashboard we are going to have our self.topbar is equal to this, and we pass in our page. Let's import this also. Okay, so let's just copy this. We are going to add it to this side, so we're going to have it at the top here with our comma. Let's run this again and see what we will get so far. Okay, so you can see we have it here. We have our menu outline icon, and also the color is also here perfectly. So let's create the other side. Let's go to our top bar. and in this we bring our comma and let's get started. So that one is going to put it in a container. In this container we're going to have our content ft.menu bar menu bar. I'm going to set expand to true. Styling style ft.menu. Okay, so with this one background color, which we set it the primary color, then also this one is we are styling the mouse pointer, the mouse cursor, which if we hover on it, it should wait. Then also when it's set at default, it's going to be zoom in, zoom out. So for example, you can see the color change also. Let's continue. So I think we are done with this. Now let's move to the controls. So with these controls, we are going to pass in our sub menu items. So let's run this again and see what we have so far. So you can see it doesn't have at least one child control. So let's add a sub menus here so that at least it appears. So ft our sub menu. So we're going to add our content, and let this be a container. And in this container, we're going to set a row so that we can have this content in it. So it's going to be in a row. So let's continue. Content is equal to row, and in this we are going to set our stuff. Since this one we can just pass in our list of widgets here without passing in controls, unless you have other fields to add to it. So let's icon. In our icon we'll have a name mt.icon. Then let's use person. Okay, then the color is also going to be black, and in this we're going to have ft.text and taking in our name, welcome admin. So because we are not taking in the user details upon logging in, let's just stick to welcome admin. But when we start to take it, then we are going to change this to the user's name, first name or last name. So we're going to also set the color to black. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's run this again. Okay, so you see we have it here, welcome admin. So we are going to be shifting this also to the other side, but then let's create the drop down. Okay, so this one also have controls. Then in this we are going to pass in our list of items. So shift to our menu, sub menu button. No, it's going to be sub item. Okay, that is it. Then we are going to pass in, let's take the width to be 150. Then also with the text, the content, we are going to pass in a text field. Let's name this profile. Then our color black. In this menu item button, you can see that we have leading and also content. So the leading is what comes before. So let me search for leading. The leading is what comes before the content. If you want an icon to appear before the contents, that's what you put there. Or any other thing you also want it to appear before the the things you put in the content, then that's what you add to the leading. So let's add our leading. So our leading is going to be an icon. Let's say this one will be ft.icon.info. Then the color is also going to be black. Okay, so let's run this and see what we have. Looks like we have a mistake. Okay, didn't add an equal to sign here. So let's run it again. Okay, so we can see it comes, but the color is black. So let's change that color to white. Okay, so we're going to have our style. So in our style, we're going to have ft.pattern style, and this I'm going to set the BJ color to white. So let's run this again and see what happens. Okay, so we can see it that it works successfully. So let's just copy this and just name this logout. Let's look for another icon if you have an icon for logout. Okay, so let's take this one just in case. Okay, so we have them there now. So now let's continue, but you can see that they are all on one side. So we are going to style it in a way that one is going to be at the other end and the other one is going to be at the other end, using space between. So with that one, let's go to the latter part, which is here. So in this row, we are going to add the alignment. So in this alignment, we are going to say main address alignment. Okay, then I'm going to use space between. So let's run it again and let's see what happens. Okay, so you can see that this has gone to the other end and this one has also come to the other end. Yes, so I think we are done so far with it. So now let's continue. Let's also add on click to this, so I will just redirect to the dashboard if someone clicks on this, to the login. So on click. So now let's run this again and let's see what happens. So when we click here, okay, it works. It has led us to our login side. Okay, so we are done now. Let's add a scroll button. Calling. Okay, so in our calling, we are going to add scroll, and in this scroll, we're going to have ft.scroll mode, and this we are going to set it to always. Let's run it again and see. So we can, let's move this. Okay, so you can see the scroll works perfectly, but then there's a space at the top, so let's deal with that one. Okay, I've seen the problem, so let's bring this, let's copy this, and now I'm going to put this in a different column, and this we are going to controls, then paste it here. So now these ones are in a different one, so we are going to copy this and add it here. Then in this we are going to make our expand to be able to true. In our previous video I explained what the expand true means. So now let's try this again and see. Let me arrange everything nicely. Okay, so let me run it again and see. Okay, so let's make it big. It looks like it's at the top now. It's not misbehaving as first again. So let's try. Okay, then let's see if the scrolling also works. Yeah, the scrolling also works perfectly. Yeah, so that's all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. See you next time.